A person today deceives hundreds of people and escapes the country forever. Naturally, the law falls short on him, and the affected individuals in this incident probably can never get their rights from that person. Such a grave error and mistakes in our world may occur thousands of times daily in the farthest corners of this earthly sphere. Alongside millions of violations, murders, and thefts, in the realm of errors, lawlessness, and of course, major sins, it stands. We don't intend to analyze this act from an ethical standpoint or even delve into its metaphysical dimension. Instead, we aim to ask a very peculiar question about this event. Did this person commit this deception with full consent and free will? Did God not already know that this person would commit such a mistake? If God knew that this person would commit this mistake, can this person still be held accountable? Was this person compelled to commit this sin for God's knowledge to be accurate and predictive of events? In this regard, there is a poem by Persian polymath Omar Khayyam, our country's great poet, who says, "I drink wine, and whoever is like me finds drinking wine to be a proper and easy affair for them. The Lord has known my drinking of wine since eternity. Therefore, if I don't drink wine, the eternal wisdom of the Lord would turn into ignorance." Omar Khayyam believes that God knew he would eat from the beginning, so he no longer has the choice to eat or not, because he is forced to do something that God already knew about. But is this argument correct? Are we living in a world entirely dictated by compulsion? Can't we break free from this cycle of divine determinism? If not, what is the answer to these questions raised? We explore the depths of everything in the Hidden Secrets channel, extracting questions that most of us ask ourselves in moments of solitude and perhaps have no answers to. We have embarked on a journey here, a journey to find answers to our questions. If you would like to join us on this enlightening journey, subscribe to the Hidden Secrets channel and hit the notification bell. Open theism, or theological openness, is a framework that presents a new perspective on the nature of God, human free will, and the relationship between these two. This branch of evolving theology challenges some traditional views of divine knowledge and divine determinism. Open theism believes that God's knowledge of the future is not exhaustive but dynamic and responsive to human choices. But what does it mean that God's knowledge is not accurate about the future? What exactly does this new definition of God encompass? What is open theism? At its core, open theism claims that knowledge of God is not predetermined but open to future possibilities. This theological view places great emphasis on human free will and believes that God interacts with humanity in a way that always allows for choices. The essence of God. Traditional theology often depicts God as an entity fully aware of all events and humans, including our choices. This is while open theism suggests that God voluntarily limits this knowledge to allow humanity true independence and to make decisions freely and unpredictably. Conditional divine knowledge. In open theism, divine knowledge is seen as dynamic and infinite. God knows everything that can be known, but not about the future. Because the future depends on human choices, it remains open and uncertain. But this perspective contradicts the classical concept of divine knowledge, which claims that God knows all events, including human decisions, in advance. So which one is correct? Is there another state? Are we living in a grand determinism, or do we have free will? So where is the place of human free will? Free will. Open theism emphasizes the importance of human free will. This perspective claims that true free will exists when we can make choices that God has not predetermined. Therefore, this view seeks to establish a strong position for human free will. However, some argue that God's awareness of our choices can affect our free will. But where does this perspective come from, and do religions and philosophical and mystical views support it? According to historical texts, the roots of this belief can be traced back to Christian theologians such as Origen and Gregory of Nyssa. However, in the late 20th century, with scientists such as Clark Pinnock, Richard Rice, and John Sanders supporting this view, it gained more popularity and became accepted as a theology. Views of sacred texts. In Abrahamic religions, although God is considered the absolute knower, the position of human free will is also strongly supported. So in the Holy Scriptures, sometimes God is amazed at human decisions. In the Quran, it is often said that a group and civilization of humans, in the last moments when they were supposed to be trapped in the fire of their sins and mistakes, repent and return to goodness, and God forgives them and saves them. Some spiritual teachers and philosophers also have very interesting views on this matter that can solve the whole issue for us. We have seen experienced teachers often tell a student, based on their performance today, that they will fail at the end of the year and will not be able to pass the exams. Ultimately, their prediction turns out to be true, and the lazy student fails to pass the exams. But a very important question arises here. Is the teacher's knowledge that this student is lazy, based on his current performance, the main reason for his failure to pass the exams? Did the student fail because of the teacher's prediction, or was the real reason for his failure his laziness? Surely human logic cannot accept that the teacher's early knowledge of the future led to that. Therefore, a similar argument can be used for God and his knowledge of our fate. However, humans have free will at every moment of life to continue on their previous path or to correct it and find a better destiny for themselves. In any case, God can be informed of all futures, even if his knowledge and awareness do not affect our decisions and wills. After all, he is the creator of time and holds the great secret of our lives. But there is no reason for God to be confined within the limits and barriers of time. In this video, we have examined God's knowledge of human destiny and seen that his knowledge of our future does not make us limited and forced in our lives.